Today I am going to show you how to integrate with ZohoBooks. Nowadays, integration is very popular. Uh, there is few reason for that. Uh, let's say for ZohoBooks, I am creating some invoices for my businesses, or let's say I want to use all those sales related data for uh, analytics purpose. So if I want to create an application, tailor-made application, uh, and I want to use all those ZohoBooks data for my analytics, so you have to integrate with ZohoBooks. So ZohoBooks has that capability that you can call their API using the credential to get all the data in terms of sales, in terms of invoices, in terms of purchase order, everything. So you can use that data for your businesses and you can create your own application. And nowadays there is a very popular integration as well. Uh, Nowadays government is asking for the integration to their tax portal, into their tax portal. Let's say uh, government is asking whatever invoice you are creating that goes to their tax portal in real time, and they will uh, capture all the invoice related data, and they'll give you a tax notice or invoice, uh, whatever monthly you have created. And for that integration there's a reason. uh, every government want to uh, reduce the tax leakage, so in that way government is asking for the integration as well. Let's get started for the ZohoBook integration. For ZohoBook integration, we'll need couple of things. So we will see in the videos later. So for first of all, you have to log in into the ZohoBooks application. I'm using the cloud version here. If you have already desktop version, that is also fine. So let me log into the ZohoBooks first. So the login is already there. Uh, this is my ZohoBooks. So whenever you logged into the ZohoBooks, there's a second thing you have to do. You have to create an application into ZohoBooks developer portal. So for that, there's a URL already available to do that. Let me get it. API-console dot zoho.com. So let me just paste it here. So I have already logged in. So whenever if you are doing first time, it will ask you for the login. You can use the same login credential whatever you are using on the ZohoBooks. So click on get started. You will see there's couple of options. Let's say client based application, server based application, mobile based application, non-browser application. So if you are not sure about what application you are going to build it, I'll suggest to use self client. So self client is very popular and it can support every application of you are building. So let me just create it here. It is self client only. I'm just creating it. Yes, I'm sure. Now the self client is created and client ID and secret is already generated. So keep it somewhere. Uh, it's not going to change frequently. So Once the self client is created, uh, the in the API console itself, now you have to get token to call an API. So how we can get the token to call an API? So there is a very good documentation link already provided by ZohoBooks. So let me go to that link now. Okay. So if you in the documentation link, there's OAuth. So if you go to there, here you can see there is data centers and domain. I'm using the .com domain. If you will see, uh, here it is zohobooks.com. So I'm using the .com domain. So what my base URL is account.zohobooks.com. Otherwise, if you are using other kind of domain, you can use those base URLs. So if you go down, registering new client is already done. Generating a grant token, that is not required for us. So if you directly go to the generate access token and refresh token, so what you have to do, you just simply copy this request example. You can see there's a post request. You just copy it and directly go to the postman. Just create a new tab, select the method as post, and paste the link here. As soon as you paste it, you see there are few parameter they are asking. They are asking for the code. So how can you generate the code? You just go to the API console once. So I'm here, the API console. If you see, there is a generate code, and here it is asking for the scope. If you go to the documentation, you'll see, if you go little bit up, there is already scope is mentioned. So yeah, you can see there's scope. So I'll suggest always use zohobooks.fullaccess.all. This scope will give you every access in the ZohoBooks. So just go to the API console, paste the scope, time duration, you just select accordingly. I'm selecting 10 minutes, and scope description, let's say integration. So click on create, and you have the code. Just simply copy it from here and paste it into the postman, and it's asking for the client ID. So let me get the client ID. Here's the client ID. Here is the secret. Now you just simply click on send, and it will give you the access token and refresh token. So the expires in 3600 second. It's basically the access token. This will expire in within an 1 hour. So when it's expire, so you'll have to get another access token. So what will you will do, you will use the refresh token to get an new access token. So refresh token will never expire. You will have the same refresh token to get a new access token. So let me just show you how to do that. So if you go to the documentation, generate generate access token from the refresh token. So just simply copy it, and it is also post method. So just go to the postman, create another tab, select the method as post, just simply paste it and change the parameter. It is asking for the refresh token, so let me copy it from here. Refresh token, just client ID, I'll get it from here. Client ID, client secret, and simply click on send. So you will be having your new access token. If I send it again, it will give you another access token. So we have the access token now. Let's make a API call to get the data. Let's I'll call an invoice API to get an invoice list. So what we'll do, let me just go to the documentation page once. Here, if you see, there's a invoice and list of invoice. So there is already call payload available. So you can simply use that one to call the list of invoice. Just simply copy it from here and new tab, import. Just simply paste the call code. Now you see there's few things is there. So if you see in the parameter, it asking for the organization ID. So how you can get the organization ID? If you go to the ZohoBooks itself, so let me just go to that. If you click on your profile section, you'll be having the organization ID. Just simply copy it from here and paste it into the parameter. Now if you go to the header, there is the authorization. It is asking for the Zoho OAuth token. So how, here you can simply paste the Zoho access token. So just let me copy it from here and paste it into the authorization section. Now I have all the details. Let me just send it. See, as soon as I click on send, I'm getting the invoice list data. So this invoice list data is for the all, whatever I have created for the beginning, every invoice data is here. Let's say you want an invoice in a particular date. So what you can do, uh, you can pass the date filter in the parameter itself. Let's say I want to see today's invoice. So let's say date, and the format is year 2024 hyphen month. It's 05, and today's date is 07. So just simply click on send. See, I'm having the invoice data, whatever created today. So I believe there is two invoice data, 1 and 2, and right after that there is a page context, per page status all, and even the search criteria also is mentioned, column name, date, and such text. So if you want uh, another data, let's say some other kind of uh, filtration, so what you can do, you just simply go to the documentation and you can just use the query param, let's say item id, reference id, customer name, email, custom field as well you can use, and the status, draft, overdue, paid, and you can even call with I mean you can filter the data with created time, in between time as well. So yeah, go through these parameter, it will give you a desired result. That's all for the integration video. Hope it's helped you. uh, Thank you and have a nice day.